I am not explaining this shirt until I see the Mighty movie. And trust me when I say, it's a pretty funny and kind of awkward story.
How can I refuse?
Well, since we already got a second PAW Patrol movie coming out, you just gotta love the fact that it took him only 2 years to make this PAW Patrol movie, but it took him 14 years to make a second SpongeBob movie. I mean, it is true that you can't top that first movie. I mean, all they had to do is get the crown, save the town, and Mr. Krabs! Now we're men, we have facial hair. Okay, I gotta talk about that movie at some point. I wish that's what we were talking about. But no, we're gonna talk about the first PAW Patrol movie, Paw Patrol the movie. And this will be my second time watching this movie. And the first time I watched it, I thought it was fine. It's like, kids will like it, adults will tolerate it. That was the best I could say about it. But that was 2 years ago. Has my opinion changed on it now? Let's find out. We open up and Tyler Perry's in this movie. Yeah, you'll find out very quickly that this movie has a very weird cast.
Just passing through a sleepy little town called Adventure Bay. Over.
Hallelujah, that's cold! He ends up driving a semi-truck off of a bridge because he was dodging a baby sea turtle that was crossing the road. Oh shit, did I cause that? While he's dangling from that bridge for dear life, Captain Turbin notices him dangling, and all I can say is, uh-oh, that not good, that not good at all. I'm not even kidding, that's his reaction.
Oh my, that's not good. That's not good at all.
This guy is hanging for dear life, and all you can say is, he's in a sticky situation. The truck driver yells at him, call the fire department, call the police, just call anybody you can. And Captain Turbin is like, we call the PAW Patrol here. Which if you're curious, no, I did not go on IMDb to find out that character's name. I remembered what his name is because my little brother watched this show when it first dropped on Nickelodeon. And you want to feel really old right now? PAW Patrol is 10 years freaking old. Wow. I feel old as shit. I need to be put into a nursing home. I feel that f***ing old.
Go, Paw Patrol. Whoa, Paw Patrol.
The entire movie is taking place in Ryder's head. These dogs do not exist. They are a figment of his imagination. They go and try to save the truck driver, and this does lead to one of the funniest lines in the movie.
A dog?
Actually, sir, I'm a puppy.
A baby dog? That's even worse.
You're in shock, so I'm not gonna take that personally.
That was actually funny. We then find out that he wasn't carrying gas, but syrup. And if you're just thinking, huh? Why? You'll find out very quickly that this movie raises so many more questions than answers. We then cut to Adventure City where we see
Liberty, 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 liberty.
And Liberty be dropping some sick burns.
Maybe you should just pick that up and put it in the trash.
Yeah? Or what?
Or I'm going to pick you up and put you in the trash.
And then the greatest cinematic villain to ever appear in literally anything shows up. Yes, there is someone out there who is better than Preminger.
Please welcome to the stage a man who needs no introduction.
You're damn right!
He's literally the greatest human being on the planet.
He ain't lying!
He's me!
Let's go!
I am the champion!
Woo! Let's go! Monopoly Pimp! Oh, and if you couldn't understand what I just said there, I said Monopoly Man Pimp. Humdinger looks like the Monopoly Man if he was dressed like a pimp. But, my freaking boy just became mayor. Why?
You were the only name on the ballot!
You could only vote for one name anyway, so what does it matter? I won this election fair and square. Well, maybe not fair, but who's keeping track?
Trust me, by the end of this movie, you'll love him as much as I do. His evil plan, though, well, I say evil, but I obviously mean genius, is to put the adventure back in Adventure City. I don't see the people's problem with this guy. He sounds amazing. Liberty then calls the Paw Patrol and is like, yo, Humdinger are gonna be some shit up later on. Get your asses here now! And you're probably wondering, how did Liberty call the Paw Patrol? She doesn't have a phone. Dogs don't have phones. I'm going to blow up a train. No, not really, but every time I record, a train goes by. I think trains hate me. The Polar Express. I hate that movie. I don't actually. I love the hot chocolate scene.
Here we've only got one rule. Never, ever let it cool. Keep it cooking in the pot.
Oh, and Ryder also answers by saying, Paw Patrol, what's your emergency? Are there no actual police or firefighters in this world? Is the Paw Patrol all they got? Again, gonna be raising more questions than answers. The pups then get ready to go to Adventure City. But, uh-oh, there's something wrong with Chase. He doesn't want to go to the big city. Why?
Chase has a history with Adventure City. He has a lot of tough memories from that place.
Chase has PTS motherfucking D through this entire movie. And it's so weird that it's kind of funny in a way.
I'm afraid if I go back there, everyone will see I'm still that scared little puppy.
And I ain't no wussy ass bitch. They get to the big city and look around their new watchtower, and you're probably wondering, how did Ryder pay for all this stuff?
Officially licensed Paw Patrol merchandise. This stuff sells like hotcakes.
Wow. Just f***ing wow. Oh, and you want to know how they got to their watchtower? They took the bus that Ryder drove. Where is this kid's parents? What is going on here? Man, he better hope that they're the only police and firefighters here, because if he got pulled over, he'd be f***ed. Wait a minute. Are the dogs his parents? Is Chase his dad? What about Sky? Is she the mom? What are the other dogs like? I know this is a movie for preschoolers, but Jesus, man. And as this movie goes on, you'll quickly realize that there is no way in hell he bought all this shit with that merch money. He has to be selling something else. Now, everyone I brought this up to immediately thinks he's probably selling drugs. It's not what I thought.
That's amazing! This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life! I've never been so happy! It's like my whole life has been building toward this moment and all my dreams have come true!
Ryder, how did you pay for this? Well, the merch sales went down, so I had to go to one last resort. OnlyFans. I sold a lot of feet pics. Oh, and speaking of feet. Not only does he grace us with his presence, but he also shows off his feet for free. Greatest movie ever! But then my boy, my N-word humdinger, put on a fireworks show that ends up going ballistic because him and his kittens fooled with the controls. I think those cats have a little bit of Barbie and the Diamond Castle in them.
Barbie and the Diamond Castle.
I know what it's called. You don't have to tell me. Ew! Oh, those dogs! The Paw Patrol then spring into action, and they do that by taking up the whole entire block as if they're the motherfucking Macy's Thanksgiving parade. But then they get stuck in traffic, which is kind of hilarious, so they decide to take the sidewalk. That's a great message for kids, even though they're not driving yet. I mean, wait, Ryder's like 10 or so? So, this movie's not sending good messages to kids at all.
The Paw Patrol? What are they doing in Adventure City?
I moved here to get away from them! I have a restraining order, for Christ's sakes! While they stop the fireworks, Chase decides to go into full dumbass mode.
Everything's gonna be fine. I'm gonna get you out of here.
And let's be honest, we were all thinking the exact same thing when we saw this.
Paw Patrol? Paw Patrol?
That man.
Batman. This town needs an enema.
If you were not thinking that, get the hell out of here! Unless you're as big of a Humdinger fan as I am. Oh, and speaking of the man, the myth, the legend, Humdinger, he has these two goons, and they're just as great as him. But maybe not as great, because you can't be as great as Humdinger. We all know that. Oh, I forgot to mention, Humdinger sounds like a sex thing. It's like you're talking to your buddy, "Hey dude, I got the most wicked Humdinger last night. It was amazing." That night, Chase rolls and twists and turns in bed, having a nightmare about being in the big city. Until he finds out! Oh, but people, this next scene. Humdinger, oh, anytime I say that name, you should know immediately that it means greatness. Just watch.
I proudly present the next step in my plan to put the adventurer in Adventure City. The Humdinger Hyperloop! The kookiest, swoopiest, loop-de-loopiest subway the world has ever seen.
I am not riding that thing.
Oh, but it gets much better. Just play it, it's too good.
Oh, look! Here comes the express train now. Throw the switch, kiddies.
Oh no, oh no. Dead! Oh, oh, let's be honest. We know a certain president that would have done the same thing. Oh my god. This movie is amazing. I'm not even joking when I say that. This movie is truly incredible. You ever have that movie that you love for such weird reasons and you can't explain why? That is this movie for me. All because of this man right here. Mayor Humdinger. I don't know what his first name is, but you can see why he's the greatest cinematic villain who has ever been put onto the silver screen. Oh my god. I just came up with the greatest idea ever. You know what movie I now want to see? I want to see a movie where Humdinger and Preminger from Barbie as the Princess and the Pauper team up. They're like the best of friends. They do everything together, and I know exactly what it'll be called. Preminger R Humdinger. We gotta make that a thing. We have to make Preminger R Humdinger. Oh, I'm already thinking of such great ideas. And yes, the ending will just be as badass as RRR. I already know what I'm doing after this video. I'm writing that. I am writing every idea I have for that movie. But then the PAW Patrol, being the party-pooping bad guys that they are, yeah, I'm that convinced now that Humdinger is the good guy. I mean, look what he's done. He put loop-de-loops on the f***ing train system. He just wants to make people, I know it's Humdinger, but you gotta calm down. He just wants to make sure that people have fun. And the PAW Patrol are just going to f***ing ruin that.
The shoddily built upside-down subway turned out to be a steaming hot pile of, dare I say, poop.
But then, this movie takes an immediate left turn and becomes dark as hell. Chase, while they're trying to save the people on the train, he has a panic attack and wusses the f*** out. And everyone who's watching, fair warning, what I'm about to describe to you is so violent, intense, and graphic that if you have young kids watching with you for whatever reason, I mean, young kids should not be watching my videos. Tell them to go to another room because they're not going to want to hear what happens to their favorite pups. Alright, here goes. Because of Chase wussing the out, the train detached from the track, blew up, and led to the giant loop-de-loops collapsing and falling on a bunch of the buildings.
What's wrong? Tell me what happened. I don't know. I just froze.
Hey, Chase, what is that smell? Oh, I got so scared I kind of pooped over there in the corner. Chase, gross! I'm leaving yo ass, bye! And a lot of those people either died or got severely injured because of Chase, who... Slap yourself, you bitch! Ow! And a lot of those people were either killed or severely injured, all because Chase was not on the case. Chase is now so traumatized by this event that he gets pissed at Ryder for bringing him to Adventure City, even when he told him that he wasn't comfortable with going.
What kind of leader gives up on someone the second things get hard?
Chase?
You gotta remember, I'm 10! Where are my parents? Are you my parents? Are you my dad? This is weirdly sad. Chase then turns himself into 2 actual police officers, and they take him to the pound, because he is a dog, and you can't put a dog in prison. Damn, I was Jesus! That got dark really damn quick, and this only got a G rating? How?
Oh no.
Where did he go?
I was right behind him. I turned the corner and he was gone.
What did you say to him, Ryder? I said he was getting canceled online because he's a police dog. You weren't supposed to tell him that, Ryder. But on the lighter side of things, I guess that's how you could say this, we get the weirdest cameo in the freaking movie.
Mayor Humdinger's goons took over this place and turned it into a jail.
I forgot she was in this. If you can't pinpoint whose voice that is Kim Kardashian West. And I'm not being an asshole by saying that. Her name is plastered all over this thing as Kim Kardashian West. It was weird enough that she's in a PAW Patrol movie. Ryder then finds out where Chase is, and him and the other pups plan a jailbreak. And all they do is break a fucking hole in the wall. Ryder then says, "Hey Chase, you're riding with me." And Ryder, being the terrible asshole bitch boy leader that he is, takes Chase to where his PTSD all got started. Ryder tells Chase that he needs to cut his shit out and that he was the reason that everyone on that train died. Chase then says, I can't do it. It's just so hard to... I'm so traumatized by that, I can't forget it. Ryder then says to Chase, "Look, if I tell you you're a brave pup, give you a treat, and then find out where your asshole owner lives so you can get your revenge on him, will you suck it the f*** up?" Deal.
Bad fucking dog.
You're goddamn right.
Where are his parents? There's a game show for you. Yeah, pretty messed up game show though. Humdinger the goat then rolls up in his pimp-mobile. Is there nothing amazing about this man? And early on in the movie, he got this cloud catcher machine from the scientist lady so he can keep it sunny outside, but that's not what it was used for. Now the machine is full and the city is even more screwed. The scientist lady tries to tell everyone what's going on, but Humdinger is like, "F that noise, here's some actual important news." Not gonna lie, it's pretty important.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, and most importantly, influencers with over 10,000 followers.
Damn, I'm not even that close. I'm only at 297 at this time. But also I'm not an influencer, I'm a jackass who talks about movies.
I took the tallest skyscraper in Adventure City and stuck a brand new tower on top, turning it into the tallest building in the world!
Let's see Dwayne Johnson escape that!
Hashtag Humdinger.
You know what? I'm actually gonna throw that hashtag in there. But because of my boy messing with that weather machine, there is now a giant hurricane over the city. Thanks, Paw Patrol! I blame you! Also, you asked some really stupid questions, even though you know the obvious answer.
Paw Patrol, what's your emergency?
What's the emergency?
How do you not see that?
But to be an official member, you'd need a faster vehicle, right?
Ryder, I don't even have a license. You don't have a license. Those other dogs don't have a license. How is any of this legal?
Is that? It's yours.
Ryder, I'm not a weirdo with a foot fetish or anything, but I need to see them pics just to prove that I'm right about you selling your feet pics on OnlyFans.
Everybody needs somebody sometime. Oh, submarine! Everybody needs somebody sometime.
How did he pay for all this? Oh, you're all right. Feet pics. While the Paw Patrol tries to save the city, the evil Ryder, for once in his life, decides to be the good guy by going up to the tippy top of Humdinger Tower and trying to save Humdinger. And you know what? When it comes to Humdinger, I guess you could say he's to more a hero, to all a... my hero.
Even though we've had our personal differences over the years, I take no pleasure in doing this.
Doing what?
Actually, that's pretty satisfying.
Oh, never mind. Ryder is still the fucking villain. But then, Humdinger Towers comes crashing down, and Chase must save Ryder. You guys want to know what my favorite director is? Zack Snyder! When Chase gets there, Ryder's legs are stuck under a giant piece of concrete. Chase gives it his all to get it off of Ryder. But then Ryder puts his hand on Chase and says, Chase, you must go. What? No! You must. The concrete is too heavy for a dog like you, or any dog for that matter. But Ryder, Ryder then sticks out his glowing finger and points at Chase's forehead and says, I'll be right here. Chase then leaves Ryder behind. A single teardrop runs down his face. He looks back at Ryder. I'll always be ready for action, Ryder, sir. We pan back to Ryder, who's looking up at the sky with his eyes closed, and yells out a good old, Paw Patrol is on a roll, motherfucker! But as the debris from Tower Humdinger starts crumbling down, he screams out a good old-fashioned, Yahoo! Why? Because his favorite movie was Aquaman. That actually happens. Ryder said at one point that his favorite movie was Aquaman, and everything I have just explained happens. Like, Ryder died. Like, he even said that early on. I'd rather ride or die. Skye blows up the weather machine by ramming her plane into it. She lands safely on the ground. All the pups meet up because they're all good pups and they save the day. But there is no time to play around Adventure Bay. Don't laugh. Don't you f***ing laugh. Keep a straight face. Rubble then looks around. Where's Ryder? We then turn to Chase, who has a very sad look on his face. You know, like those puppy dog eyes. The rest of the pups realize what has happened to their beloved Ryder. As they gather around and start a very sad howling, Chase looks to his left and sees the greatest human being who has ever lived, Humdinger, fleeing the scene. The pups at that point then turn back to their animal instincts and decide to go all Beatrix Kiddo on his ass! All of Humdinger's kittens look in shock. One of the kittens, who is voiced by Chris Rock, looks at what's happening and says, Oh, sugar honey iced tea, I'm not ending up like that, I'm out this bitch! Once the Paw Patrol is done tearing my sweet boy to shreds, f***ing monsters. They throw what remains of him in a prison cell, and Chase yells at the real police officer, Make sure he f***ing rots for what he f***ing done, that motherfucker! Only rated G. Appreciate that. Once they walk out the prison door, Chase literally loses it and starts bawling on the stairs. We pan out, fade to black. 3 days later, a giant funeral is held for Ryder right in front of PAW Patrol headquarters, the one that Ryder paid with DAP merch money. The entire city is in attendance. The pups, dressed as little pallbearers, look down at the ground all sad. Sky then says out loud, There's nothing we could have done. I wish there was a way we could bring him back. We then hear a familiar female voice. Maybe I can help. Wonder Woman has shown up to bring Ryder back to life. But there's one small issue. There was no body. What? The building? They came crashing down on him. We couldn't save him. I couldn't save him. Was he even a god, or did he have like godlike powers or something? What? No! What are you talking about? Get out of here! Wonder Woman then gets pissed. Alright, I'm sorry to be rude and disrupt this heartbreaking event, but someone called me saying that they need to resurrect someone with godlike powers or someone who is a god. So, who was it? We then hear a familiar voice. It was me! Yes! I appeared in PAW Patrol the movie, but sadly, they didn't call me back for the sequel. Dicks. I would have said yes. I mean, did you see what's in that movie? Oh, don't worry. We're gonna get to that in a second. I then took Wonder Woman to the prison that the PAW Patrol left Humdinger's dead, chewed up, rotten corpse at, and I told her, I want you to bring him back to life, bring back my boy, my dog, just bring it back, bring back my boy. And she did it. Wonder Woman brought back Humdinger, and we all lived happily ever after. We went to Hawaii, got some drinks, that being me, Humdinger, and Wonder Woman, and again, we all lived happily ever after. Besides Ryder, he died. Like, he actually freaking died in the movie. That is not made up at all. Go watch it for yourself. Everything I just explained happened. So, what do I think of the PAW Patrol movie on second viewing? 10 out of 10. Now, as for the story, I love how they ease you into the, like, really dark shit. And, like, this is a movie for little kids, and it got extremely freaking dark. Now, I did think it was a little weird that Wonder Woman showed up at first, but you know what? I got to hang out with Gal Gadot, and it was really cool. Oh, but Humdinger? I was serious when I said I'm going to write Preming Jar R Humdinger. And everything this man did in this movie was 10 out of 10. I loved it, and he just made the movie better and better and better and better. If he was the entire movie, automatic A+. Now, will the Mighty movie be able to top it? I don't know. Let's find out.
Well, if it isn't my old friends, the PAW Patrol.
Humdinger. He looks different than I remember.
No way! No way that just happened! That was not in the trailer for the Mighty movie! Movie of the year! F*** Spider-Verse! I don't mean that. I really don't. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, turn on the notification bell, and be honest, the movie I described was much more entertaining than the actual PAW Patrol movie. But I'll see you again with some other video of some sort.